This is another episode of Talks with Tyler ISD, a podcast about the passionate people who have a heart for students. Welcome to another episode of Talks with Tyler ISD. I'm your host, Jennifer Hines, and joining us today is Brandy Baker, the new principal at Owens Elementary School. Welcome so much. So excited to have you back because you were actually at Owens for a while. Tell us a little bit about what your role was there before.
So yes, I actually started my leadership journey there at Owens as the campus dean of students under the mentorship of Rachel Sherman. The next year I was promoted to assistant principal where I got to work alongside of Mr. Weldon Davis. So I spent 2 years there before taking a principalship at La Pointe Elementary.
And working under two great leaders that
Absolutely.
have also been promoted. Okay, tell us a little bit more about your background.
So as far as my background, I did all of my teaching years in Bullard ISD. I started kind of getting that leadership buzz, I guess I would call it. I started feeling drawn to do more, to have my voice carry a little more weight and to be able to outreach just outside of my classroom. I really enjoyed some leadership opportunities there as grade level lead, liaison for the campus when it came to district improvement. And so I really just kind of jump started that by enrolling and calling my husband, oh, and by the way, I'm going to grad school. And so that's kind of where it all started.
Oh, I love that. Well, tell us a little something about you that maybe not everybody knows, something maybe unexpected or, just a little fun fact.
So a little fun fact about me is growing up, my best friend was my grandfather. And I learned a lot of adventure. I was able to do lots of things with him. Anytime he got into a particular hobby, I was his little sidekick. I was a pretty avid golfer early on. Kind of wish I would have stuck with
that one, yeah.
So now it's just a little casual thing that I do ever so often. But he really got into aviation.
Okay.
And so when I was an elementary student, he used to sneak me off to the Palestine airport, and we would fly to Tyler. And we would fly here, and we would land, and we would eat a cheeseburger at the cafeteria in the airport. And as time went past and he would revisit and tell this story, it became known as the $100 cheeseburger because it would cost him $100 in fuel to fly here. So as an elementary student, most kids are doing, kind of traditional sports hobbies. And
you're flying in an airplane.
I was co-piloting an airplane for a little while, so it was extremely fun.
I love that, and I'm well aware of the $100 cheeseburger because I remember my husband and I used to go out there for lunch dates, and we would watch the planes come in while we ate our cheeseburgers because they were really good. But let's get back to Owens. This is exciting. Tell us a little bit about your leadership style.
So my leadership style leads more towards a servant leadership. I will say that I have picked up certain characteristics and traits along the way from every mentor and leader, co-teacher that I've worked alongside that have shown different aspects of education and growth and love towards students. I try to sit back and just really watch the things that are working and the things that are people are doing to kind of refine my leadership style. I feel like it's always growing and changing, and I just want to be better each school year. Yeah,
continue that development. I love it.
Ma'am.
So we are well into the school year, your first 100 days. What has been your focus so far? Talk about maybe some goals you might have.
So focus so far would be just coming in and picking up kind of where I left off and taking those things that are already going great at Owens. Like I said, I've worked under two amazing principals who have kickstarted all types of initiatives, procedures, systems. So I feel like I'm wanting to go in and pick up on that momentum and refine those things. Ask teachers where do we see ourselves going? What do we want to do? And what are the things that we need to put in place to refine the things that we already have going to get us there?
Well, and what's great is that you've already been at Owens, so you know how those things have been put in place and how they're working and how they were working when you were there, and you even know the staff. I'm sure there are a lot of staff that are still there from when you were there.
Lots of familiar faces.
How has that been like coming back into that?
It's actually just been such a blessing. So when I went the very first day to visit staff and we made the announcement, I won't lie, I was a little bit nervous. I feel like I was nervous because I wanted everyone to be excited, and I wanted it to be something that they were looking forward to. But at the end of the day, you always kind of put that pressure on yourself and you want to know what others are thinking. But the second that I walked in the door, it just felt like home. Like I felt the warmth from
you were coming home.
several faces in the crowd. So it just reassured me that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
I love it. So let's talk about kind of your maybe motto or theme for this year. What are you doing with that?
So I really haven't announced a hard theme yet. I'll be meeting with my SILT members here pretty soon, and we've kind of talked through the goals that we've had, over this summer. So I think we're leading towards something tomorrow together. And
always looking to the future, and that's wonderful. And then you're doing it together. And so I think that again, you're embracing everybody on the campus, because it does take everybody, not only the students, but the staff and also the parents.
Absolutely.
And that's a perfect theme to kind of bring it all together. What goals do you have for your students through that theme?
So through that theme, I would like my students to be able to take ownership of their experience. I think Owens already does a wonderful job. I feel like we have just grown. Since I've been there, I've seen more and more student-led initiatives. I want to really push Leader in Me. I'd love for us to be a lighthouse campus, and we are working towards that goal together.
That is a great goal to work towards. Obviously, with the new school year, new possibilities, is there anything that you're looking forward to the most, whether it's an old tradition or a new tradition that you want to start, or just anything specific that you're just excited about that you can think of that y'all are going to be doing on campus this year?
This year, our focus really is going to be getting that lighthouse.
Yeah.
I feel like, we've done things in the past. We've been an A campus. We've really built our partnerships with churches and our community and parents. Our PTA is really thriving. So personally, selfishly, I really want us to obtain something that we haven't achieved yet, and we are just so close. So I'm excited to reach that together with everyone at Owens.
And of course, the Lighthouse goal is a part of Leader in Me. And so for anybody listening that doesn't know what Leader in Me is, it's based off of Franklin Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is just the kid version, and we do it district-wide in Tyler ISD. But what I love about this the most is that it really does put the focus on the child and on the student to take ownership of their academics, their behavior, their leadership, and it really does allow them to take ownership of what they're doing in every aspect of their life. It's such a great program, and I really hope that y'all reach that goal. Tell us a little bit about family involvement. What are you hoping to do? You already have a fabulous PTA, but talk to me about your connection with the parents.
We have a wonderful PTA. So my perspective on parents is that you just have to be available. You have to be transparent. They have to know what they are getting when they are on your campus. And one of those things that they're going to see from me is flexibility and ability to be available when it's convenient to parents. Parents work, they have a lot going on, and it's so vital for them to be part of their students' education, and I do not want to be a hindrance in that because I can't make time for them. And that's something that's very important to me, to always be available.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of parents are loving to hear that, and they have enjoyed getting to know you throughout this school year so far. What other things would you like for those that are listening to this podcast to know? Maybe something we haven't covered or something you'd like to share?
I want them to know that Owens is a place that their children are going to be loved and safe. And our main goal is that they are seen, that they are heard, and that they are accepted. And when they walk through the door, I just want them to have a feeling of warmth and welcome. And it's a place that they're going to leave their babies, hopefully from pre-K to 5th grade. And I want it to be a place that is sad when they leave because they've loved it so much.
Making those memories.
Absolutely.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Brandy Baker, new principal at Owens Elementary, for joining us today. And thank you for catching this latest episode of Talks with Tyler ISD. If you would like to learn more about all things Tyler ISD, you can always subscribe to our newsletter at get.tylerisd.news. Subscribe to Talks with Tyler ISD on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Please share this episode with your friends and family.